Walk into any auto repair shop in America and look at the parking lot. Not the customer lot, the employee lot, the one in back where the mechanics park their own cars. You will not see a single BMW, not one Mercedes, no Land Rovers, no Teslas. What you will see is a row of 20-year-old Toyotas with 200,000 miles on the odometer. Maybe a Honda Accord from 2005. A Tacoma with so many miles the numbers have worn off the dash. These are the people who fix cars for a living. They see what breaks, they know what lasts. And every single day, they watch customers drive in with brand new leased vehicles that will cost them more in 3 years than a mechanic spends on transportation in a decade. Welcome to Mechanic Secrets. Subscribe now if you want to know what the people who fix cars actually drive. On a popular automotive forum, someone asked the question directly: do mechanics avoid expensive vehicles like a plague? They wrote that they do not know a single mechanic who owns a Mercedes, BMW, Range Rover, Cadillac, Tesla, or Porsche. From what they observed, mechanics usually drive a basic Honda or Toyota, and if they choose to drive something exotic, it is always some classic car made in the 70s or earlier. One mechanic responded with the truth nobody wants to hear. He said mechanics are probably more hesitant than the average car buyer to purchase a car with unnecessary or unwanted functions. There is no need to risk the downside of having something else to repair when you do not want that function anyway. Another put it even more bluntly: a regular car buyer thinks of a sunroof as an exciting feature. A mechanic only deals with one when it gets stuck or starts leaking. Here is a number that should make you uncomfortable. The average car lease payment in America right now is $659 per month. That is according to Experian data from June 2025. Add in insurance, which is typically higher on a leased vehicle because you are required to carry full coverage. Add in the acquisition fee, which runs $600 to $1,000. Add in the disposition fee when you return the car, another $300 to $500. Add in the mileage overages if you drive more than 12,000 miles a year, charged at 15 to 30 cents per mile. But wait, there is more they do not tell you about. According to Navy Federal Credit Union, commonly overlooked lease expenses include acquisition fees, disposition fees, excess mileage charges, wear and tear penalties, and occasionally higher insurance premiums. These hidden costs can add up quickly. A finance expert at Navy Federal explained that many people focus on the monthly lease payment but overlook additional costs. Let me break down what actually happens at the end of a lease. If you exceed your mileage limit by just 5,000 miles over 3 years, you could pay an extra $1,000 in overage fees at 20 cents per mile. If you have a scratch longer than 4 inches, a dent bigger than a quarter, or tires that are too worn, you face excessive wear charges that can run from a few $100s for minor fixes to a few thousand for significant damage. Over 3 years, the average leased vehicle costs the driver roughly $28,000 when you add everything up: monthly payments, insurance premiums, acquisition fee, disposition fee, wear and tear, mileage overages. And at the end of those 3 years, you own nothing. You hand the keys back, pay your fees, and start the cycle all over again. Now let me tell you about a mechanic I read about on a forum. He said in the last 20 years, he has spent only around $2,000 on cars total if you subtract what he sold them for. He only sells them when he really has to, because it is almost always cheaper to fix a car than to replace it, even if you are paying another mechanic to do the work. Another user on a Bogleheads financial forum said the mechanics at his local shop all drive Toyota Tacomas. They have 200,000, even 300,000 miles on them, and they are still running, still reliable. Still getting their owners to work every single day without a car payment in sight. Why do mechanics drive old cars? It is not because they cannot afford new ones. It is because they understand something most people do not. The most expensive car you will ever own is the one you do not keep. A new car loses roughly 20% of its value the moment you drive it off the lot. By year 3, it has lost about 40%. By year 5, it has lost over 50%. That brand new $40,000 SUV is worth $18,000 in 5 years. You paid $40,000. Someone else will buy it for $18,000. And that person, if they are smart, will drive it for another 200,000 miles with minimal problems. Mechanics know this. That is why they let other people take the depreciation hit. They buy the car at the bottom of the curve and ride it until the wheels fall off. And on a Toyota or Honda, that can take 300,000 miles or more. There is a woman named Dethra Giles who owns 3 Toyotas that each exceeded 300,000 miles. Her first was a 1985 Tercel that her mother bought her new. It went 350,000 miles before she donated it. Her second was a 1999 Corolla that went 300,000 miles. Her third is a 2007 Avalon that she is still driving. When we last heard from her, the odometer read 496,242 miles. Her secret? Dealer service, oil changes, basic maintenance. That is it. On the Toyota Tundra forum, one owner reported passing 400,000 miles on his 5.7-litre engine, still running well. The only parts he replaced? A fuel pump, starter, and alternator. He runs regular 5W20 oil, no synthetic, no special treatment, just basic maintenance. On the 4Runner forum, an original owner reported reaching 500,000 miles on his 1996 model. He wrote that in all these years, he has had a dealer work on it exactly one time. Beyond that, just oil changes every 3,000 miles with a Toyota filter, plugs and air filter every 25,000 miles, transmission flush every 100,000 miles. He called it utterly reliable. His only roadside failure in 500,000 miles was the original fuel pump giving out at 400,000. One Sienna owner on a Toyota forum reported owning 5 Siennas over the years. His 2011 model reached 500,000 miles and is still running. He does his own oil and filter changes every 10 to 15,000 miles. He wrote that none of these Siennas ever had spark plugs or transmission fluid changed. They all survived. Meanwhile, mechanics at Accurate Automotive in Colorado were asked which brands are most likely to reach 500,000 miles. Their answer was unanimous. Toyota. One mechanic just said the word and nodded, because to them, it is obvious. Consumer Reports agrees. 5 of the 10 most reliable vehicles on the market right now are Toyota models: the Corolla, Corolla Hybrid, RAV4, RAV4 Hybrid, and RAV4 plug-in hybrid. But here is what leasing companies do not want you to understand. They profit from your belief that new is better. They profit from your fear of repair bills. They show you a lower monthly payment and hide the total cost. They make you think a $300 repair on an old car is catastrophic, while ignoring that your $659 lease payment is happening every single month for 36 months. Let me do the math for you. 3 years of lease payments at $659 per month equals $23,724. Add the average acquisition fee of $800. Add the disposition fee of $400. Add insurance premiums that are typically $100 per month higher than a paid-off vehicle. That is another $3,600. Total cost of leasing one vehicle for 3 years, around $28,000. For that same money, you could buy a 10-year-old Toyota Camry outright for $8,000. You would have $20,000 left over. Even if you spent $2,000 per year on maintenance and repairs, which is far more than most Toyotas need, you would still come out $14,000 ahead after 3 years. And you would own a car that could easily last another 10 years. A mechanic at Shade Tree Automotive explained why new cars are not as reliable as they used to be. He said new cars have multiple computers, wiring harnesses, cameras, and more. All of these parts make for safer vehicles, but they also mean there is a lot more that can go wrong. Parts are mass-produced. Quality is not what it used to be. Even experienced mechanics say the equipment needed to work on modern cars is insane. This is why mechanics prefer older vehicles, fewer electronics, simpler systems, easier repairs. A 2005 Corolla does not need a software update to change its oil. It does not require a factory diagnostic tool to replace a brake light. When something breaks, you fix it. When it runs, you drive it. One forum member captured the difference between Hondas and Volkswagens perfectly. He said Hondas are boring. Then he described his VW. Turn the key and a world of possibilities open up. What warning lights will come on? Will the glove box door fall off? Will the power windows shatter when you roll them down? Hondas are boring. Wake up, drive to work without incident, come home. That boring reliability is exactly why mechanics choose them. The Car Talk guys once ranked the Honda Civic and Accord as two of the cars they hate most. Not because they are bad cars, because they are so good that mechanics barely make any money servicing them. They rarely break, and when they do, the problems are easy to diagnose. So the next time you see a mechanic pulling into work in a faded Camry with peeling clear coat and 200,000 miles on the clock, do not feel sorry for him. Feel sorry for the guy in the parking lot next door, the one making payments on a car he will never own. The one who will hand it back in 3 years and start all over again. The one who will pay wear and tear fees because his kids left a stain on the back seat. Mechanics are not laughing at your lease because they are mean. They are laughing because they see the math. They see what breaks. They know what lasts. And they know that the smartest financial decision you can make is to buy a boring, reliable, paid-off car and drive it until someone begs you to stop. If this changed how you think about cars, subscribe to Mechanic Secrets and hit the notification bell. Every like helps more people escape the lease trap. Share this with someone making payments on a car they will never own. New videos every week.